All right, Jet fans, talk about a good day. We are 0-6. The Dolphins thumped us, but the Giants and Falcons have both won, which means we are officially the front runners for the first overall pick. We now own our sole destiny, our destiny. We own control. It's almost like the playoffs, but like the anti-playoffs. Oh, man. We stink. Zachary says leave Gase in Miami. It's going to be really hard to do 5 takeaways from this game. I started jotting down some notes, so I'll try to get some of this stuff up. Enrique, Fresh, Joe S., Jimmy. What's up, guys? Benjamin. Thank you guys for tuning in. Misery loves company, my friends. And I'm glad you guys are here to talk me off a ledge. Maybe not even so much talk me off a ledge as much as it is just wallowing in our own self-stink. For those of you guys that don't know, Monday, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, I'll have Dougley Do Wrong on this channel. So, big Dolphins YouTuber, good friend of mine. We have been trying to work out a collaboration for a little while, so what better time than when we stink? Right after. He's going to give his thoughts on the game and, Tua Tagovailoa, tanking for Trevor, all that sort of stuff. I'm sure some of his insight will be greatly appreciated. But guys, we are 6 weeks into the season. We are abysmal. Quick takeaways from the game that I saw. We were 0-13 on third downs. That was probably the biggest thing that they harped on over and over and over again throughout the entirety of the broadcast. Just pitiful. Absolutely pitiful. What else we got? Did anyone of you guys see when they zoomed in? All right, so they look at Adam Gase and CBS starts playing it. These eyes, these eyes have seen a lot of love, but they never seen another one like they have with you. Oh my God. Might have been the best part of the whole thing. Little subtle shot at Adam Gase. I know you guys are hoping they leave him in Miami. Ty Johnson, the 6th round pick from the Lions. What do you have? 2 carries? 3 carries? That was exciting, right? Excited. Oh, man. See, look at you guys. You guys are excited. I think we're more excited that the Falcons won and that the Giants won than anything that could have potentially happened in the Jet game. We have been outscored 114-29 in the first half of games this year. Oh, Becca's asking me to sing more. Shh, shut up, Becca. This isn't karaoke night. Braden, Ryan, you have to change your Bill Belichick bomb to an Adam Gase bomb. Oh, man, I would love to. But it took me way too long to create that animation, and I did not make it modular. I don't think. I could try. Ugh, they stink. How cool. We went from, in a season that feels like it's a perpetual butt fumble, we actually had a butt interception today. Marcus May made one of the most spectacular, I don't know if I should, maybe spectacular is a bad word, but one of the more interesting interceptions I've ever seen made with his butt. So we got the butt fumble, and we got the butt interception. Hey, you know what? Life could be worse. I'll take the butt interception over the butt fumble any day. Fresh says Falcons won. They fired their coach. The butt pick. That's what I'll have to call it. We'll call it like a. Oh God, send nudes. No, please, for the love of God, don't send me nudes. Hey, I was on the toilet for the past 2.5 hours. What I miss in the game? Nothing at all. New Jersey Hulk smash. I know we need to tank now, but Gase is toxic at this point. They need to fire to at least salvage some integrity. Look, I think that, I don't know. I felt prior to this game that Greg Williams had the higher chance of getting fired once this game was over. That game was so inept, it wouldn't shock me if if this is Gase's last game. Yeah, this team looked inept from start to finish. The offense looked terrible. No one's fighting for this coaching staff right now. Everyone knows we're moving on to next year. And just I don't know if you guys saw the still shots that a lot of people were taking of Joe Douglas. I'll put them up in my 5 takeaways video. But man, he's just like, he's sitting there like this. He's like this, just like totally just perplexed. It's embarrassing. It's completely embarrassing. It's not something that this fan base should have to go through on a week in, week out, season in and season out basis. Joe S. says Gase isn't going anywhere. I don't think that Gase is getting fired in season. We've never done it while the Johnsons have been a head coach or have been owners, so I could see them holding off till the end of the year. We need Gase to keep losing, so we solidify that first pick. Kenneth, I completely agree. I'm actually all on board with keeping Adam Gase. My biggest fear is if he winds up showing like a little bit of life at some point throughout the season, and they say, oh, Trevor Lawrence is the prototypical Adam Gase quarterback. He's coming back for 2021. You might see me throwing this computer off my balcony. Kevin, when will your girlfriend join the channel? She's been on a few times with the Pick'em series. I screwed up. They're going to beat me this week in Pick'em because I went to pick my picks 4 minutes before the 1 o'clock game started. So I lost. For those of you that don't know, that are in the Pick'em league, you have to make your picks 5 minutes before games start. So I lost like 8 picks right off the bat. Although the way this season's going, I don't know if it would have mattered much anyway. But Becca will be on here and there. Fiance, not girlfriend. She would be very upset with the title. She's worked hard for that title. Kevin Wright, Trevor Lawrence is not the answer to fix this dumpster fire. Kevin, I'll tell you what. He's not necessarily the be-all, end-all answer, being Trevor Lawrence. But getting that number 1 overall pick to get Trevor Lawrence to attract a new head coach here, that is what's going to change this franchise. We need a head coach with some credibility that can bring in players. If that means just bottoming out and looking as terrible as you possibly can this year, I'm all for it. I was really upset when they got rid of Bell because I knew that meant they were giving up on Sam Darnold. And I think for me right now, I would prefer them to just get whatever they can for all the players they have right now. So that's, Crowder, Poole, Quinnen Williams. Just blow everything up. Just take it right down to the frame, the nuts and bolts, and just get whatever you can. Because once you load in with a quarterback and you just start pumping in pieces around him, you're going to focus on the offensive side of the ball. So that way he can progress. And then over the next probably 2 years, you're going to invest a little bit more into the defensive side. But I think having that first pick, $80 million in cap space, the ability to take a Trevor Lawrence or a Justin Fields or a Trey Lance, whoever that head coach wants, I think it's going to be pretty valuable. Not to mention, if you can, I would imagine a Quinnen Williams trade would net us a first-round pick. Sam Darnold, I've heard rumors you could get a late first from some of the AFC teams, which I don't really buy. I think it's more of a second-round pick. But who knows? If you get a first, by all means. Poole and Crowder, I don't know what you get for them. Maybe a 4th-round pick as just kind of unloading some stuff. But hey, that's an extra player that you can draft. So if you could have 3 firsts, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, or 3 thirds, 2 fourths, and all of a sudden you have all these picks coming in, you have a bunch of guys with the same mentality under the same head coach pushing for the same goal, the message in the locker room becomes a lot clearer when you do things like that. Yeah. Elijah says, calling it now, Adam Gase is getting fired this week. It wouldn't shock me. It really wouldn't shock me. I kind of hope it doesn't happen because there's really, I don't know what benefit there is at this point. Like if Sam Darnold comes out and wins 3 games and we don't get the top pick, I feel like we're in a worse situation than if we keep Gase for the entirety of the season and just bottom out and get the first pick. Like I think the first pick and the new head coach is way more valuable than any progression we could get from this team between now and the end of the season. Like I like Becton. I want to see him play. I want to see Mims play. I guess I want to see Pirine play a little bit more. But the overwhelming majority of this season is going to be all about the tank for Trevor and getting that first pick. At least in my mind, because if you get a top 5 pick and you can't take him, and now all of a sudden you're like, okay, we got to roll with Sam Darnold. We just stripped away all his assets. Now maybe that was going to be the play anyway. Maybe we weren't going to hold on to Bell after this season. Maybe we were going to cut Crowder because his $11.5 million cap hit next year. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I do like the idea of, seeing Mims, seeing Becton. Those are going to be the 2 foundational pieces to this team, along with Braden Mann, our punter. Guy's legit. But realistically, you're stripping this down to the bare bones. Quinnen Williams may very well be a good defensive tackle, but a defensive tackle, when he's going to have to get paid as much as he's going to have to get paid in 2-3 years, give me the first round pick now to help whoever our quarterback's going to be. Because let's say we could get like the 20th pick for Quinnen Williams. I don't know who that's going to be, but let's just say it's the 20th pick. You get Trevor Lawrence at 1. You take a wide receiver at 20. And then maybe you want to take ETN, the running back from Clemson, with the Seattle pick. Or maybe you take the wide receiver there and you do something else, the edge rusher and a corner. You start adding pieces. Free agency is going to be interesting. Since free agency happens before the draft, we need to entice free agents through the prospect of getting Trevor Lawrence and the addition of a new head coach. That's how the Jets are going to convince free agents to come here. It's not going to be because of whatever we show on the field this year. It's going to be the hope that the Jets do well in the future. So keep that in mind. Free agents are not going to come here if we do not show some type of promise. And that promise is the first overall pick. That promise is the new head coach, whether it be a Dabo Samuel or a Daboll Samuel or a Dabo Samuel and Brian Daboll. God, I'm throwing those names. are going to get my wires crossed. Look, there's a few guys I want. Thuney is absolutely on the top of my list in terms of offensive free agents. I would love to get a free agent wide receiver like Allen Robinson. I don't think we'll bring in Juju if we decide to move on from Sam. I think he's more likely to stay with Pittsburgh and Sam go to Pittsburgh. But we'll see. Mumtaz, only 0-5. Oh, yeah. Okay. Bit sad, but now that we are going for picks, this is great. 0-5 is actually 0-6. We have not won any game. We are in week 6 of the season. We have not had our bye. So, thank you, Mumtaz. But yeah, I agree. Look, I'm going for picks at this point. I don't care anything that happens this whole season. As long as the Jets bottom out. We just keep losing. And you're going to say, oh, hey, don't be such a negative fan and all that. I'm sure. Actually, no. You know what? I would bet 65 to 70% of us are probably all in on the tank. As much as we want to see Sam Darnold do well, and I really like Sam, that number 1 pick is going to be so much more valuable for the future of this franchise than anything Sam's going to give us. They've already given up on Sam. Sam's gone. Fresh says, get Waddle or Chase. Evan says, Jamar Chase in the draft. I like Jamar Chase, but he's going to go top 5, and if we're picking in the top 5, possibly number 1 overall, it's going to be Trevor Lawrence. Liam says, would Darnold have done any better today? Not necessarily. I do think the team probably plays a little bit harder for Sam. I think he's our leader as opposed to just Flacco. But I think this whole team's just done. I don't think they want to play for Gase. I think they're tapped out. Why would you want to risk your body for a franchise that doesn't want to bring you back next year and just isn't – they're not fighting for a playoff push or anything. Save your body, move on to next season. That's my opinion of the players this year. And it sucks. I feel bad, but, it is what it is. I saw a tweet from Rich Cimini, which I will bring up right this second. He says, when will it stop? Meaning the Jets' free agents signing. Revis, $39 million guaranteed. Wilkerson, $37 million guaranteed. Tremaine Johnson, $34 million guaranteed. Le'Veon Bell, $27 million guaranteed. Enunwa, $20 million guaranteed. Mosley, $29 million guaranteed. Max is at $43 million. He's only seen 29 right now. Total $186 million worth of free agent signings that have just been god awful for the New York Jets. God awful. Dabo Sweeney is not going to give up over $9 million a year to come here, people. I don't think he's going to come here, but there were rumors that Jacksonville was going to try and lure him away from Clemson earlier this year with the thought of getting Trevor Lawrence at 1 overall. So if the Jaguars think they could have done it and brought him in, I think that means there is some kind of shot of bringing him to the Jets. I don't think it's very likely. If I were him, I would stay in Clemson. I think you're in a really good situation. But if you can get that number 1 overall pick, you can bring in your guy from college. You automatically move into that. I don't think it's absolutely outrageous. I like Lincoln Riley, as the Press Jet fan says. He says Matt Campbell. Matt Campbell turned down the coaching gig for us, or at least an interview with us, the last time around when we hired Gase. So not great report there. Greg Roman's a popular name. I think he's built offenses around the guys like Kaepernick, Tyrod Taylor, Alex Smith, Lamar Jackson. Getting a head coach in here that knows how to utilize your talent, or at least build around your young quarterback, I think is important. You guys saying Jim Harbaugh. I like Jim Harbaugh, not so much anymore as an NFL head coach. He hasn't had a ton of success at Michigan, and most of his winnings have been closer to last decade than they are to this decade in the NFL. You guys say Urban Meyer. I would love Urban Meyer. He would be my number 1 hire, I think, in terms of bringing legitimacy to this team. I think he could bring in his own coaching staff, and I think there's experience of being a head coach, I think, is important. That said, Joe Brady from the Carolina Panthers is someone that I would be very interested in bringing in. He was the passing game or offensive coordinator for LSU last season with Joe Burrow and that high-flying offense. He worked under Sean Payton and the Saints. So I think the guy just has offense dialed into his blood. That would be someone I'd look at, I think, along with Brian Daboll and Greg Roman. So those would be my 3. Joe Brady, Greg Roman, Brian Daboll as my 3 most likely candidates for the job. We'll see. Can we see your future wife right now? Can you go get her, please, says Kevin. Stop being weird, Kev. She'll pop in from time to time. You'll see her. John Perez, thank you very much for the super chat. I don't see a question associated with it, but if you drop a question in the chat, I'll ask it out loud. Would you say offensive genius? Who are we talking about? He's a winner. Where are you going with this? Oh, Urban Meyer, yes. I like Urban Meyer, just from a head coaching standpoint. Eric Bieniemy, I understand why his name's going to be a really hot topic this year. I think he's going to go to Houston. I think he's going to go coach with Deshaun Watson down there. I don't think he's going to be in play for the Jets, and I'm not necessarily beat up about it either. I think there's a reason why he probably hasn't gotten a job in the NFL before. I don't know if it's some of his history. I know he's gotten in a little bit of trouble when he was a coach in college. And I want to say it was when he was in Denver or Colorado or some, out that way. Got in a little bit of trouble. That could be part of it. John Perez, he says, is Arthur Smith on your radar from the Titans? He would be on my radar, I think, if the Jets don't get the first pick. Not that he wouldn't be on my radar anyway, but I think if we hold on to Darnold, he's more the route I would prefer to go. I don't know. I don't know a crazy ton about him. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research once the season kind of zips up, I guess. Matias Morales. Gase is getting fired. We're getting number 1 overall pick, and we are drafting Trevor Lawrence. I 100% agree. I just don't know if that firing is going to happen tonight or tomorrow. Maybe after tonight, I guess. It feels like today would be a good day to fire Gase. This is completely inept, but I would hold on to Gase until the end of the season just to ensure that first overall pick. I think there's probably something to be said for, hey, at least look, they'll give you 2 full years to see what's going on before they fire you. Maybe, I don't know. I think the whole NFL can kind of look at Adam Gase and understand, hey, this is not the guy for the Jets. This is not how this team should be playing. It doesn't matter how bad your roster is. This is just embarrassing. GMs Inland Empire 2. Thank you for the super chat. He says, you want your quarterback fixed? It should be Jim Harbaugh. I'm not against Jim Harbaugh. If we get a big name in here, I'm all for it. I just think he is the offensive equivalent to Greg Williams, where he's just going to rub people the wrong way and he's going to be out of here in 2-3 years. I don't know if I want that type of personality in the locker room. I think I want someone that maybe more people are going to try to rally around. Dark Demonic says this team is a butt fumble. No, Dark, you weren't paying attention. This team is a butt pick. It's basically a booty pick. Marcus May got that. Jets need to blow it up. Yep, 100% agree. Ed Orgeron from LSU, says Edward. I don't know anything about him. Butt pick. Oh, God. Butt fumble, butt pick. We stink. What's nice about this part of the season, for me, is I don't have any emotional connection to anything that I'm seeing on the field. I think I'll have a more negative reaction if the Jets wind up winning a game. You'll see me just throwing a tantrum. I don't particularly want to see that happen. Just bottom out. Go 0-16. Fun fact, this would be, if we do go 0-16, it would be the third team to do it, joining the Browns and, or no, was it the Browns? Yeah, the Browns and the Lions. And then the Jets would be the third and final team, because next year we're getting 17 games. So no other team will ever go 16-0 unless they're 16-0-1, I guess. Derrick Henry got more yards than the Jets today by 1 yard. Oof. I didn't see that. That's terrible. Yeah, guys, hey, let's have a big party. Throw a like on this video if you're happy that the Giants and the Falcons won. That means the Jets are in their sole control of their number 1 overall pick. That's what we're fighting for, boys. Fresh says Zuniga and Mims. Those are the two guys I'd like to see play. I want to see Becton play, but really Mims and Zuniga are the two that I'm really interested in seeing play more snaps. Big Green says, what are the chances he gets fired now? I could see it happening. I really could. I think this was just ineptitude. I think the players, more so than anything, it looks like this team is not going to be fighting for Adam Gase anymore. Not that it really looked like they fought for him anyway, but I could see them firing him. I think based on all the moves we've made so far, I think it's more likely that Greg Williams gets fired than Adam Gase. I don't know. We'll see. Tampa made me lots of money. There you go. I don't even know how my fantasy team's doing. I have Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, and I'm pretty sure I'm just going to get smoked. God damn it. Okay, so now I'm winning by 2 points. Or 3 points. Just under 3 points. I've got Robbie Gould. He's got Clyde Solaire. God damn it, Buffalo. I need you more than ever to play well. I can't lose this game to Joe. Can't lose. He had Julio Jones go off for 33 points. Man, I just had a bad week this week. TNG Clamp Team says, no, Greg Williams can't get fired before Gase. I don't think he should, but I think he will. I think they'll use him as a scapegoat, saying, oh, the defense is giving up this many points. We have to get rid of, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Ugh. 37-year-old Frank Gore acting like a child. Is he acting like a child? I haven't seen anything in there. Mumtaz, no chance we keep Sam. Trade out of first spot. Wait, no chance. No chance we keep Sam. Trade out of the first spot and get like 3 first-round picks and build the team that way. I would have to see a lot out of Sam Darnold over the course of the next 10 weeks to really feel that way. I don't think they're going to keep Sam. I would be very surprised. I'd be very surprised if they decided to hold on to Sam. at the end of the season. I would very much go with Trevor Lawrence. I think when you have that type of scouting report, like this guy was the top recruit in the country going into college. He has lost one game the entirety of his college career, and that was in the championship game. So the dude's a winner straight up. I would do everything I can to ensure that we get that pick, number 1 overall. Joe Douglas looked depressed. Yes, it was really bad. That him with his hands on his face like this was just embarrassing. Not really embarrassing, but just like summed up what Jet fans were feeling. Free agency in 2021. All right, guys, who do you want? Who are you looking for towards the 2020 free agent or 2021 free agent? Kyle, are you becoming a Jets fan now? I am very much a Giants fan. Or sorry, am I becoming a Giants fan? I am very much becoming a Giants fan right now through the end of the season. I want you guys to win as many games as possible to ensure that I get the first overall pick with this terrible, terrible franchise. Thuney, yes. Very much want Thuney. Thuney and Robinson are really who I'm looking at. Noah says Juju. I like Juju a lot. I think if we're moving on from Sam Darnold, I think it should probably be Robinson. Eric says Shaq Barrett. I love Shaq Barrett. If we can somehow steal him away from Tampa, that would be a great move. I don't think it's going to happen. Broadway Sam, you sold me on Lawrence. Just worried he will opt out if Jets get first pick. I don't think he'll opt out of playing for the Jets. He might. I don't know. I think whatever team he goes to is going to be a bad team regardless. I don't think he's going to. I think that's one of the reasons why you might want to get Trevor Lawrence, or might want to have a good head coach, is so Trevor Lawrence is like all in on the Jets. I think whoever you can get there is going to be important. Evan Wallman, unsubscribed. I hate Lawrence, and anyone who thinks the Jets will draft Lawrence or should draft. Hashtag Darnold is the future. Evan, I love Sam Darnold. I really do. I said it before on this channel. I believed that Sam Darnold was going to be the one to break all our passing records in a single season the first time he plays the full 16-game schedule. So I'm very much on board the Sam Darnold train. But that being said, I understand where the Jets roster is at and how valuable a rookie contract is. We pissed away 3 years of rookie Sam Darnold contract. That was the time you needed to go all in on winning, and the Jets just did not do it. We failed from a very critical standpoint of our GM and our team building. We did not have the left tackle. We did not have wide receivers. We did not have any help for Sam, and we did not have the head coach, first and foremost. We ruined Sam more than Sam ruined us. Like, I would not say Sam ruined us. It was very much us failing Sam. So, I hope you come back to the channel. We'll see. Hey, yo, Ryan. It's T-Jazz, a.k.a. Cookies, a.k.a. the guy that changes his name every week. Depressed Jets fan. If you change your name every week, I'm just not going to remember, ever. I know T-Jazz. That's who I know. Daniel Churin. When you play Crowder for fantasy and it's Flacco's worst week, rip. Oh, man. Yeah, he's the first Jet to have 7 or 5 games in a row of 7+ catches. Man, our offensive records are just brutal. Alex Cotter could Gary V buy the team. No, he's not going to have enough money. He's going to need a ton of investors. Juan Alvarez says, if you hate Lawrence, you hate babies and puppies. He looks like sunshine. 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 Ugh. We invested so much into Sam in terms of draft picks. F. McCagnon. Yeah, Liam, that's how I feel. I was so happy when we got Sam Darnold. I thought he was the best quarterback in that draft. I still think he's going to be a good quarterback. He's just not going to be a good quarterback for us. And it's going to suck because we're going to see him play well for the Saints or for the Steelers. And I think he can be a top 5 quarterback. I really do. But I don't think we should pass on Trevor Lawrence on the upside that Sam Darnold has. How much longer will Gase be the coach? Kaiser? Could be one day, could be 10 weeks. God, I don't know. It's such a crapshoot. Are the Jets currently the worst team in all U.S. major sports? Yeah, they're probably up there with the Knicks. New York sports is in a rough spot right now. At least the Mets got a new owner. Jets would love to get a new owner. Can't draft USC quarterbacks. If we get Trevor Lawrence, we don't have to. Don't have to draft any more USC quarterbacks. Noel says there were fire Gase chants on the road. I think that was supposed to happen in the third quarter. I wasn't paying super close attention to the shouting. I was trying to catch up on some sleep. We really needed an L against the Dolphins. That was big for the tank. Yeah. When you look at Tankathon 2, I just found this out the other day. They show the strength of schedule, but it's the strength of schedule as if it were ending right now. So that's like saying at one point the Bills were undefeated, so they had 1.00 as their strength of schedule for that team. But we know that the Bills aren't going to go undefeated the whole season. Same way the Dolphins will lose some games. The Patriots and Bills will both lose games. So I think you'll wind up seeing our strength of schedule take a dip from where it's at right now. I still think we have one of the harder schedules left in the league. Yeah, so just a little interesting tidbit. But we do own our destiny. We control our destiny for that number 1 overall pick. First and foremost, the most important thing of the day. Rafik says 0-16, baby. Garrett says, are you worried about Williams taking over and winning some games and so not obtaining the first overall pick? Yes, I'm 100% worried about that. I do not want to win any games. I have a feeling the Jets are going to win one game this year. It'll be against like the Patriots the very end of the season because they're resting all their starters going into the playoffs. And I just pray that it's not going to knock us out of that number 1 overall pick. Darnold to the Colts rumors heating up. I would be all for trading Sam to the Colts. Trading Sam anywhere that he could be successful, I'm for. Even if it's an AFC team. Like, I'll just take whatever the best compensation is. I think we owe it that much to Sam. Like, if we're offered, say, I don't know. I would think maybe an AFC team would offer more because they think it's harder to get. I don't know. The Colts would be an interesting option. Saints, Steelers. Those are probably the 3 off the top of my head that make the most sense. We'll see. Could we get a number 1 for Sam? If Sam could ball out and we could still lose, that would be the best case scenario for the Jets. Or Le'Veon Bell balls out in Kansas City. Robbie Anderson continues to ball out in Carolina. Then teams are going to look at Sam Darnold and be like, whoa, look at Robbie Anderson. Look at Le'Veon Bell. Look at Ryan Tannehill. Look at all these guys that were under Gase at one point, now having success with the new franchises. Sam Darnold is definitely fixable. Let's trade a second. Let's trade a late first for him. I could see that. Sam Darnold, please. Are you taking phone calls tonight? No, I don't think I'm going to take phone calls tonight. I'll take some phone calls tomorrow. For those of you guys that don't know, and I think I saw a Dolphin fan just pop in here, and I lost the spot, so I apologize. But I'm going to have Dougly Do Wrong on the channel tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So if you guys want to tune into that, I think it's, if you go over to my homepage, there should be a link to that. You can click the little bell to remind yourself. But Dougly Do Wrong's a very good Miami Dolphins channel. I'm looking forward to talking to him, talking about how they just got the first overall pick, or not overall, got their first overall pick quarterback that they wanted, I guess. What he thinks about the tank for Trevor Lawrence, how he feels about the future of the Miami Dolphins, what the Jets could be looking at in the future in terms of division rival and how that goes. Liam says, buy the Jets, Steve Cohen. Oh, we could only hope. How can Flacco suck so bad? Says Brian's weed dealer. I would say we just stink in general. It's when you're not playing any of your top guys, like you're without Bell, you're without Mims, you're without Becton. Edoga goes down. Not that Edoga's a top guy, but oh god, this is rough. AMAC, Dolphins fan. Do Wrong is the man. You guys need to get rid of whoever okayed the Gase hire. I agree, AMAC. Whew. I was so upset when we got Gase to begin with. Like, I tried justifying it over the course of the last year and a half. Is like, hey, look, he had a ton of injuries. Hey, look, Sam did get better in X, Y, and Z metrics. But dude is just, he's terrible. He's really bad. Although, to be fair, I very much wanted McCarthy. So I don't think that would have worked out well either. So I can't say that's great. Can we all chip in $5 to buy the team? I don't think I have enough subscribers. We'd have almost $50,000, I guess, if everyone chipped in $5. Almost at 10,000. We're at what, 9,100 or so, almost 9,200. Zachary says, "Fuck Peyton Manning. It's his fault." Peyton Manning has been the bane of my existence the entirety of me being a Jets fan. It's been brutal. Why would they listen to Peyton Manning? I guess because Christopher Johnson doesn't know what the fudge he's doing. Icy Limes says, "Bro, I can't take how bad our play calling is. It's terrible." Christoph says, "I'm about to send you a Seahawks shirt, brother. You can just wear it for this year." Oh, God. The sad thing is, I really like the Seahawks, and I'm upset that that's where Jamal Adams went. I mean, it makes me feel a little bit better that he's having the worst season of his career and he's on like the 32nd ranked defense. So it gives me a little more validity as to why the Jets got rid of him. Very happy with the trade. But yeah, I like the Seahawks. I love their colors. I actually have a hat, a Lucky Brand hat from work that's got a navy blue cap with a lime green shamrock on it. So I like your colors. I think your colors are pretty dope. And I love Pete Carroll, former Jets coach. I liked him at USC. Loved me some Reggie Bush, some Matt Leinart. Man, that suck. Jay Farrington says fins up. God, I just want to squish the fish. And actually, no, I don't want to squish the fish this year. We want to squish the fish in years future from now. Just bottom out. Let the fish squish us. Embrace the tank. That's what we need. I saw a Photoshop of a tank with like a F-16, just like gun, F-16 nose fighter jet for its gun. Thought that was pretty funny. I enjoyed that. You must be sold out of those Suffering t-shirts. Yeah, guys, if you want to just end the Suffering t-shirt, I do still have a few more of them. They have been selling pretty well. A lot of people. I think it's more. I guess there's a lot of Jet fans getting it, but I think with the holiday season coming up, you're going to find a lot of people just getting them as gag gifts for their Jet fan friends. Farting Batman says, "Dolphins are mammals, not fish." That's true. But squish the fish sounds better than squish the mammals. So there's that. Can we trade Baltimore 3 first-round picks for Trace McSorley? Blow it up with the puppet on down. The puppet? Are you talking about Joe Douglas? I know a lot of people have been calling Joe Douglas a puppet. I don't necessarily believe that's the issue. Steve says, "I have my Just End the Suffering shirt." Good man, Steve. Glad you enjoy that shirt. They're really comfortable, by the way. NY Jets, Florida, or FL. "I will buy the t-shirts if you send them to Gase's office." Oh, man. if I send some of these to like One Jets Drive, just be like, I apologize for everything going on. Maybe I'll send it in like a triple XL size or double XL size to Joe Douglas. Just please end the suffering. Oh, God, that would be funny. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. They probably won't give it to him, and he probably won't say anything about it. It'll just be like, "Oh, hey, you're a jerk." Whatever. Adam Gase has something to do with Jamal Adams and Le'Veon Bell. Yeah, 100%. He couldn't figure out how to use Le'Veon Bell, and Jamal Adams clearly wanted out. Jordan Stone says about to order 3 shirts. Quinnen Williams. What are you talking about, Shaq? Everybody getting traded. Quinnen Williams. If we can get a first-round pick for Quinnen Williams, I'd be pretty pumped. Best team and coach in the NFL are the Titans. I think the Titans are a well-coached team. They are Very good. I hate Joe Flacco, or I hate, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Joe Flacco, honestly, start Mike White, can't be any worse. I mean, at least it'd be interesting watching a younger player, but whoever gives us the best chance to lose is really who I'm worried about. Our quarterback's not on the roster right now. That's what it is. Bills are going to beat us by 40, and the Chiefs are going to crush us by 70. God, just give us the good spanking we deserve. That's all I'm asking for. Please, just thump us. What can we get from Mosley? Broadway, I hate to break it to you, the Jets are not trading CJ Mosley. That contract is an absolute abomination. When we signed him, I thought it was shocking, nonetheless. And then when I saw the contract, I was like, oh, man, not good. We are locked into this for we can't get out of this contract till 2023. It is really not good. The only thing we might be able to do is if a team believes CJ Mosley still has it after 2 years of basically sitting out, because he only played 3 quarters last year and sat out the entirety of this season. I think because we paid him $10 million this year, his next year's cap hit is only $7.5 million. So maybe there's a team with a lot of cap space in the future that wants to bring him in for a season on a relatively cheaper contract. But I don't see that as being the case. I think we're definitely screwed there. Hopefully he just plays well in the future. It's a big issue. NY Patriot. How much is CJ's contract? Let me pull it up. That way I can read it verbatim. It's ugly, though. It's a really, really bad contract. Okay, so CJ Mosley's contract, it tolls for the 2020 season. So we're going to owe him $7.5 next year. And then every year after that, and keep in mind, we're basically locked in. I mean, maybe we cut him after the 2021 season because it does save us a little bit of money. I mean, we'll take a cap hit for that year and then we'll have more money, I guess, in the future. But his future years, $17.5 million, $18.5 million, $18.5 million. That is a brutal contract for a team that just does not need that type of, commitment from someone who's not playing with us. We need to invest in draft picks. That's what it is. That's the only thing you can do to try and change the culture of this team. WAP Gase. Whenever I see WAP, I'm not thinking of, anything other than the song. Beastmaster69, I just want Sam to win us a few games so he can keep his job. Beastmaster69, I'd be very upset if Sam wins us some games. I shouldn't say very upset. Because if he looks like he's good and we can surround him with a bunch of talent and we can't get Trevor Lawrence and the new head coach wants Sam, I just think if we don't have the first overall pick, we're going to get our third or fourth string head coach option because there's going to be guys that come in that are like, I don't want to try and roll with this. You're going to make me stick with Sam Darnold or you're going to make me stick with the second or third best quarterback in this draft. That's why the first overall pick is so valuable for us. Trading away Quinnen would be stupid even for a first. I'm sorry. I'll take the first all day. I have no problem with Quinnen. I think he's going to be a pretty good player, but he wasn't a Douglas pick. He's not playing a premium position. It's not like he's even really a pass rusher. It's more of an issue with him. His contract, the contract is super tradable now. Because if you were to move on from, let's pull it up, Quinnen Williams. If the Jets were to move on, where is he? Quinnen Williams. So if the Jets were to trade him after this season or during the season, the team that takes him on, the Jets would take a little bit of a salary cap hit. But the team picking him up is only going to be paying him $1.8 million or $1.5 million a year. It's stupid. It's a really favorable contract if you want to trade him for the Jets. You definitely take the first round pick for him. Jordan Stone says he just ordered shirts. Good stuff. V-Man, why do I need to down a bottle of Bacardi after every game? By the way, man, how about I treat you to some good old-fashioned Puerto Rican food if we ever meet? I'm all about having some good food. I'll take you up on that if I ever do meet you. Jack from North Jersey. Nah, Tristan, real fans understand this team is a steaming pile of shit. Oh, God, it's so sad. We stink. It hurts. Josh McDaniels, bloom off the rose for the Patriots. I don't hate Josh McDaniels, but I would be very worried as to whether or not he would pull the same crap he pulled with Indianapolis, build his whole team and his whole coaching staff up, and then just say, hey, yeah, I'm not coming back. Or I'm not going to the Jets, I'm going to stay with the Patriots. That's what happened. So I don't think I would offer him anything. I don't think he wants to come here anyway. What are you guys talking about? How about Dabo Swinney changed the culture in Clemson? Michael, yeah, we've been talking about that a little bit. I think if you can get Swinney plus Lawrence as your wombo combo, that creates a lot of excitement for free agents. Like if you hold the first pick and you have Dabo Swinney already, they know you're taking Lawrence. If the Jets get the first pick, any free agent knows they're taking Lawrence. So then it's just a matter of, okay, what are the Jets going to pay me? Am I as a free agent okay playing with a rookie quarterback that might have a little bit of a learning curve? There's going to be a lot of issues that come with the rookie quarterback, but I think it'll make us more attractive than, say, having the second or third or fourth pick in the draft, which would be just a goddamn travesty. Joe S. Quinnen is a good player, but not a top 3 pick. Yes, I agree. I think he has not lived up to that third overall pick. And let's be serious. For him to live up to that third overall pick, he has to play like Aaron Donald. And that's just not happening. Dabo is king at Clemson. I don't think he's coming. I would be very surprised if he would leave Clemson. His contract's bananas, by the way. I was looking at it the other day. Same with Lincoln Riley, too, by the way. Let's see. What's his contract? So look at this. His contract this year. There's buyouts. I get. Where the hell is this actual contract? It's silly. It's close to $10 million a year. Yeah. So last April, so April 2019, he agreed to a 10-year, $93 million contract. So he's getting $9.3 million a year, basically. That is bananas. You're the king of college football along with Urban Meyer. There's no way you'd want to leave and go to the Jets for that. The only shot is if Trevor Lawrence is coming here. And I don't know if that's even going to be the case. What about Bieniemy? I think Bieniemy goes to Houston. I don't think we have a shot at him. Back up the Brinks truck for Lincoln Riley to bring his offense into the 20th century, or this offense into the 20th century. I love Lincoln Riley. He's actually my top choice, I think, for a head coach. I just don't think he's leaving Oklahoma. He's got a huge contract, too. Let me see his. I want to say his is $6 million a year. Yeah, so he's getting this season. He's getting 6.15. Then it's 8, 7.5, 8.2, 7.5, 7.5, straight through to 2025. So I don't know what it would take to buy him out and get him here, or if that's considered an upward move and you don't have to. That is a crazy ton of money for a guy. Look, I like it. I think you have to just go all in on a good head coach. Don't give me Adam Gase on a brutal contract. Lee Hunter, I have no idea what those emojis even are. Oh, it's a karate belt, a black belt. Bieniemy got interviewed twice and didn't get a job. Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to. I think this will be the offseason he gets his head coaching shot. Greg Roman, Brian Daboll, Arthur Smith, says Steve Gillingham. I agree. Those are 3 great names. I would add Bradley or Joe Bradley? Joe? Now I'm losing the offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers would be the other option I think I'd be looking at. Wasted Bear says, what are you smoking? I don't know if he's talking to me or someone in the chat. Joe Brady. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Stay away from Daboll, says Richard Green. He doesn't want to lose him from Buffalo. Icy Limes wants Greg Roman. Now, I'd be all for Greg Roman. I think the Baltimore connection with Roman, watching us in division to see Daboll help Josh Allen and what that team has done, I think that helps us. I think, God, I don't know. It's going to be friggin' frustrating. Joe Brady is a ginger. Stay away. He's got no soul. Hey, you know what? I like what I've seen out of his offense so far. And who knows? Was it Chad Morton? John Morton, the offensive coordinator we had when we had what was that, McCown, when we had a good year? That's the offense I wish we could have kept and held on to. I was pretty bummed we let him go. Watch the Jets sign Bill O'Brien. Oh, God, I'd be so frustrated. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it for me tonight. So Jets lose 24-0 to the Miami Dolphins week 6. I'm going to be live tomorrow night at 8 o'clock with Dougly Do Wrong, a Miami Dolphins YouTuber. If you haven't checked him out, make sure you tune into that stream. It's going to be a lot of fun hanging out with him. If you guys want to get one of the Just End the Suffering shirts, make sure you get those. I don't know how much longer I'll have them for sale. So check in at that. If you like the post-game stream, drop a like. Apparently, if this video gets 200 likes, the Jets are going to fire Adam Gase. So make sure you like this video. Guys, it's been fun hanging out after this brutal Jets game. This is actually the only thing I look forward to on Sundays after watching this piss-poor team play. So thank you guys for tuning in.